All right, Coach Fretwell. Pretty good camp so far, Scramble Camp here in Ohio.
Man. Great. Hammer room. I love it, man. A lot of kids working hard.
Well, you guys you not only do the camp system with Scrambles, you also have a clothing company. You got all types of stuff. Your hands are on a lot. You got a lot of irons in the fire.
Right.
But, tell me about, when you have so many irons in the fire, how do you refine your camp system? How do you make and screen print and sublimate singlets and clothing? How do you do that? How do you juggle it?
I think the best thing to do is you got to surround yourself with like-minded people with the same passion you have and have passion for the right things. Like we talked about yesterday with the wrestling technique, Roper and Kimbrell and Bedard, who was there. He's just got hired at UTC as associate head coach, I think. We were just passionate people about building wrestling and getting better at technique and mentoring kids. All that said, you're right. The CMP teamwear and CMP clothing line take up a significant amount of my time every day. But it's kind of what we talk to the kids about. You can't be afraid of getting tired. You also can't be afraid of not sleeping. And there's days where you put in 16 hours. You're there. You're at the gym 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. You clock out of the clothing at 5, you run a lift, you run practice, you leave the gym at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. It's just it's what we do. But kind of my mindset with that, and what I talk to the kids about is putting yourself into a position to where you're doing something you're passionate about every day. And I get to wake up and design every day. I get to be a part of great projects like designing the M squared line, the Magic Man stuff, and being involved with high level athletes. We got Reese Humphrey who is a clothing sponsored athlete of ours. We picked up Chris Perry. So part of that hard work that we're doing, we're getting to help these guys, go chase Olympic aspirations and things like that. And then, my wife is kind of we call her the principal's office when you get called into her office, but she's the glue to everything. She makes sure everything runs smooth at the gym from an administration standpoint. She handles all the sales and the billing and everything for the teamwear. And it's just, we got 2 great designers that back me up, that are coming along great, that are going to be just as skilled and as talented as I am. In a short amount of time. So we're able to scale, and scale efficiently and effectively. That said, we're a young business and we make the same mistakes a lot of young businesses make, and we're figuring it out, But to be able to grow this fast, this quick, and on 2 different levels, the wrestling has grown so much, and trying to maintain that standard and keep that standard and improve it, and same thing with the teamwear, and continue to do that. So to say I'm juggling a lot of stuff, yeah, but I mean, there's stressful days, but to me, I get to wake up and just play all day is the way I look at it. I get to coach and mentor kids. I get to design. It's things that I love to do, and I get to get up and do it. So.
You did designs for 15 years, 12, 15 years? You were just you worked in
ad agency, web development firms, things like that. So I did the corporate gig for a while, and, I got a ton of experience for it. I got to be big marketing firms, and I learned a lot from that, but I've taken a lot of that from those firms and what I've learned around those same people, talented people, and, and kind of same thing with wrestling. You get around talented people, you pick their brains, and we're kind of here where we're at now. Now I'm a business owner, and I'm bringing along other designers. I'm passing along that knowledge. So, and I want those guys to be running our design department one day. So I mean, it's a never-ending process.
Did you make the right decision leaving the corporate world, or is that something you can't tell me until a couple more years in the future?
No, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, and you talk about taking the leap of faith and things like that, and a lot of people are scared to quit their jobs, and I had a family, I had a kid in college, I had I think he was 10 at the time, 10-year-old son at the time, and it's scary, but like I said, and I didn't believe it, but a lot of people that own their own business told me the minute you have every minute of the day to spend on your business is the minute you get unbelievable growth. And it was tough. It's still tough, I'm not backstroking in gold Krugerrands right now by any stretch, but you have room for improvement, you have room to build, and we literally are going to get out of it as much as we put into it. And I got a lot of people that are willing to put in whatever it takes to be the best teamwear company in the business.
the camp system, like how do you balance the two? We talk about that. How do you travel when there's 500 shirts that got to be made and sent to Little Rock, Arkansas,
right?
And you're in San Diego doing 3 sets of camps. How do you do that? How do you balance that?
Well, like I said, the designers that are Joe and Jordan are unbelievable, and Stephanie has to carry a lot of that load. But as soon as camp's over, in most situations at 4 o'clock, I'm back at the hotel working and getting stuff done that I need to, answering emails and making sure that things are ready for the next day. Our process is pretty streamlined. All our stuff, project management wise, with our clients and with our internal, is all online. So it helps. I can be remote anywhere and know the status of a project. If it's been shipped, if it's been designed, the proofs are online. So we've done a good job of putting in a good infrastructure to where it can be remotely managed. It still makes it difficult because that 9 to 5 that I'm normally there is lost. But like I said, it's good people being there and handling stuff. I mean, David Taylor's mom, they moved to Georgia. She comes in a couple days a week and helps us out on the retail fulfillment. And I made a joke the other day. I told everybody, it's like, you either got to have to have been a stud wrestler or birthed a stud wrestler to wrestle to work here. But it's like I said, man, you're just as good as the people around you, and we got a great team. From the wrestling side to the apparel side, it's good stuff, man.
Fork in the road, you come to it. Whether that fork in the road is I'm going apparel or I'm going coaching, scramble system. Where does the fork in the road take you, or can't you tell me that?
I mean, if I had to make a decision, I don't know. I mean, the apparel thing to me is long-term sustainable business that I can provide a comfortable life for my family and beyond me working 14 hours a day. If wrestling had to become something that was just a hobby and I could do it, I think you got to make the smart decision from a business standpoint there. Where do I want, that's what we talk to the kids about. Where do you want to be in 30, 40 years? Do you want to be comfortable or do you want to be struggling? But therein lies the mystery. What do you define as success? A lot of people don't define money as success. So is my goal to be filthy rich? No, but is my goal to be comfortable? Sure. And I want to be able to set myself up for that. So I don't think I would ever get away from wrestling, but if it was make a living off wrestling or make a living off apparel, I think I got to make the smart decision with the apparel. I mean, it's a definite scalable, solid, sustainable business over time. It's not going anywhere. People need uniforms forever.
You got great minds that work with you, Lee Roper. That guy he is a wealth of knowledge.
Probably, and I say this to a lot of people, and if they've never been around him, and the Doug Schwabs and the people of like that on that level get around him, and they're blown away with his intellect and how he can break down wrestling. He's just, the way I think about design is the way he thinks about wrestling. I can look at a blank canvas and some logos and see something far beyond it. He can look at a position in wrestling and see far beyond it, and that's kind of the correlation I look at in my mind, that he just has a gift, and I'm blessed to be around him. Like I said, the majority of the technique I get is from him or things he dreamed up or we worked on together. So, it's just it's a blessing to be around a technician like that. A lot of people never get exposed to high level technique like that on a consistent basis.
Do you worry about losing? You lost Bedard to UTC, which is great for him.
Right.
He's assistant coach now in college.
Right.
Do you worry about losing him? Do you worry about losing the guys, the staff you have intact?
I don't worry about that, because the way I look at it is they need to make the decisions that's right for them in their life. If they want to go be a college coach, then go be a college coach. I don't ever want anybody to be in a position in my company, and obviously me and Lee are partners. We started Compound Wrestling together. If he got to a point to where when he wanted to go and be a college coach, then absolutely, dude, go win a national title. And to me, if he moves to Alaska and starts a college program and wants to win a Division I title at a school in Alaska, I'll support him 100%. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to go to Alaska and pick his brain every chance I get. I mean, that's not going to go away from me. I'm still going to continue to learn, and like I said, I'm going to get around the people that know more than I do, and just keep getting better, keep getting smarter.
5-10 years down the road, where do you see Compound Wrestling?
compound wrestling, man, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. It's not a multi-million-dollar a year business from a club standpoint. You just got to continue to create leaders in the room and help those kids understand that there's more to life than just winning wrestling matches, and try to make good people out of them and set them up to do what they want to do. If they want to go to college and be good at wrestling, then we get them prepared for that. If they just want to learn how to work hard and be a lawyer, then we get them prepared for that. We just got to map out a game plan for everybody and help them execute it, and hope that after they're done with wrestling, they can do it on their own, or they can do it with their new support system outside of us. But I don't see it. I mean, people ask about franchising and opening up new places. It's just it's tough to find the like-minded people that we are, and it's not that we're elitist or think people aren't good. It's just we've done a lot of work creating this culture and this brand and what we believe, and it's not that we don't want to share it with anybody. It's that we just got to be cautious about how we replicate it, and that if we do open another facility, that who's running it. And me and Joey Laser had talked about doing some stuff in Iowa, and dude, I think the world of that kid, and he fits in perfect. So there's some things that we've talked about it expanding around, but we just got to find the right people and make sure it's the right situation for us. So
I know how to get you to come to Ohio and do a camp. How does someone, if they want a scramble camp, how do they get you? Just
go to cmptrain.com, drop us an email, or the phone number's on there. They can call, and we just book up a summer, whether it's me or Roper. I mean, we all have our contacts. Like we talked yesterday, this is probably my 8th time in Ohio. Vic brought me up, and now I get to come and do other stuff for other people. So yeah, you just reach out to us off the website, and we'll get back with you, and me or Lee or Thomas will get out there and get you squared away technically.
Last thing. Well, not unless you got anything else for me, but vicious rumor, the Ropewell previews are dead. Is this true?
They're not dead. Just the amount of time we used to put into them to make them what they needed to be. Like I said, we're pretty busy, and they're not dead. We might just be doing a lot less of them this year. With having Lee at the Buford facility now that Bedard's gone, we're stretched a little bit more. We're not in the same room every day, all day long like we used to be. So we'll get some done, but yeah, my fear is that they're going to be a little thin.
You got anything else for me?
Nah, man, just guys like you are rare in the sport, man. The passion you put into what you do for as long as you've done it, and covering what you do, and kind of giving the insight that a lot of people don't get to see about what people are doing in the sport is, I think to me, is rare, and I hope you keep doing it as long as you can.
All right, enjoy the rest of the sessions. Thanks for the time. Keep scrambling.